Yeah, this video that I'm about to take is very, very, very significant. So far, up to this day, which is April 21st, 2025, no scientists in the world have been able to explain exactly how gravity of Earth or other planets, how does it work? How does it pull things to the ground? What's the mechanism? How does it do it? Does it send a signal to it and tells it to go which direction at what speed? How does it work? Nobody has been able to explain that. And somehow I discovered it. And I'm glad to share it with you. So far, the last explanation that we have is the Einstein theory of relativity, which describes space and time curve in presence of matter. But that doesn't really tell you how things are pulled towards Earth from all directions, all around. So how does it work? What I have discovered is that the empty space, I mean, not all, it is known now by all the scientists that the empty space is not just empty space. So it has subatomic particles that are present in the empty space, and those subatomic particles, it seems like matter is consuming those subatomic particles. Okay, it's like it needs it. It consumes every matter consumes a little bit of this particle. So when there's a lot of matter, like Earth, stick together, each atom or each molecule uses some of that subatomic particle. It's like eating it. And so a whole Earth like that needs to pull in like a vacuum cleaner or a pump that sucks in. It needs to suck in all these subatomic particles, and that causes a high speed flow of this empty space. The subatomic particles flow into this Earth. And I came here, I was here for Universal Parks, and I'm in Orlando, Florida right now. And I came here because I saw this Earth here and has holes in it. So if you are a subatomic particle, between every atom there's an opening for you to go into. And so it might feel something like that. So something like that for water is easy to flow into it, even at high speed. So for a subatomic particle, it is possible to flow into the matter, into the Earth, with a really, really high speed. So the thing is, the space, the reason they say it has no friction in the space, because it's not going fast. It doesn't have a speed. It has a tiny, tiny, negligible amount of friction. But imagine that times a million. Like if you have a friction of 0.000098, that like times a million, because of the speed that it has, it can turn into 9.8, which is the acceleration of gravity of the Earth. So the difference is up there, it doesn't have no speed. And down here, it has the speed. So why matter is consuming those particles? It can be either the matter needs it, right? It might be that just the matter, for it to be matter, has always needed those particles to be the way they are, and the way we know them. Like if you have a light that is on, and you have always seen it on, and you don't even know it, for it to be on for years, it needed electricity, and electricity was provided to it. So for somehow we thought it was that was its original status to be on. But it was, the only reason it was on was because it had electricity provided to it all the time. So the matter seems to have always had this subatomic particles flowing into it, and it was always provided to it, and it either destroys it by canceling it out, or it's like consuming it or needing it for to be matter, or turning it into heat, temperature. So the temperature that the matter has already might be part of it because of the flow of that subatomic particles, or it can be that when these subatomic particles in empty space started turning into matter, when did that stop? So maybe it hasn't stopped yet. Maybe the Earth in the center, maybe still this empty space is turning into matter, but at a really low rate. Like, let's say if a whole year of consuming this empty space turn into like 1,000 kilogram of matter or something like that, then we wouldn't even feel it. It's like the Earth is growing from inside, but at a slow rate that nobody even notices it. So that can be another explanation why these subatomic particles are flowing into the Earth and other planets. Maybe in their center still these subatomic particles are turning into matter. So these are different ways that it can be explained what is Earth doing with this subatomic particles. But the fact that it is like a fluid, so these subatomic particles act like a fluid, like water, and they flow into Earth, and imagine like water going in flowing into a cone that is on one end is really large diameter, really large circle, and on the other end is a really tiny circle with a tiny diameter, right? So the speed of this water is different from where it enters that cone and where it comes out of it. It's completely gonna be different depending on the area of the circle that it starts in the beginning, and the area of the circle that it comes out. depending on if that area is way much smaller, or like 100 times smaller, or 1,000,000 times smaller, then the speed will be higher and higher. It's the same way with Earth. Earth area of the surface of Earth. If we have that, and then imagine a sphere like farther than Moon, with a radius farther than Moon, like 1,000,000 kilometers, with the radius of 1,000,000 kilometers, and that sphere with the radius of 1,000,000 kilometers has an area that's much bigger than the area of the Earth. Let's say we imagine that as a starting point of where the flow starts. So the flow starts at the area of that sphere with the radius of 1,000,000 kilometers from the center of the Earth, and it starts there at a very low speed, or maybe no speed, like 0.0000 something meters per second, like almost nothing. And then when it reaches Earth, when that as it comes closer to Earth, it just becomes faster and faster. It just becomes faster and faster because it has less area to work with. It just it has to go faster until it reaches the surface of the Earth, which has a certain area which is way smaller than what it started with. So this is gonna be the reason why it is much faster at the surface of the Earth, and it's much slower midway to the Moon, or near Moon, or past Moon. It's just slower and slower. It just becomes slower and slower because of all that flow slows down over there. So yeah, these subatomic particles, they maybe scientists now they probably call it dark matter, or other names, but it's just the empty space, whatever it was before the matter was produced. So this thing, yeah, can flow into matter and pass it, but it's not completely frictionless. The reason we feel like it is frictionless in space is because it doesn't have speed over there. But as it gets faster, the tiny friction multiplies and multiplies by hundreds of thousands and a million, until it becomes the G, which is 9.8 meters per second squared, which is the acceleration of gravity. And yeah, so I'm naming this discovery space, speed, and flow. Space, speed, and flow, or SS plus F for short. This probably would be the new theory or explanation of how gravity works. You will probably see it in the physics books and everything all around the world, and I'm thinking that the Einstein's theory that explains gravity as a curvature of space, the curvature of space is understandable because the space is flowing into a sphere, So as it flows, it curves because the sphere is round, right? So it has to curve to flow into a sphere. That's how it is. But him saying, Einstein saying that the time gets curved, I don't think that's correct. And I don't see it having anything to do with time. And all I hear that a clock was different down here near Earth, and it was different in the space station or in the orbit or something. I think that clock was broken. One of them broke or something. Or when they measure with atomic clock and they say, oh, atomic clock here was beating different seconds than the atomic clock into orbit or in the space station, that might, the difference, if it does make a difference, it might be because of this flow. Because an atomic clock near the surface of Earth has a high speed flow, like millions of like really fast, like I said, speed of light is 300,000 meters per second, something like that, or even more. It's just really fast, so that is flowing into it. It's flowing into that atomic clock. It's flowing into the atom that is measuring the time. So that can cause it to be different than an atomic clock that is placed into space, where the flow of these subatomic particles is much slower. So that can be the difference. I don't see it having anything to do with time. So I think what we will see in the future is probably that the time words will be removed from this theory of gravity. I see a lot of people, like physicists and stuff like that on YouTube and other places, that they call gravity space-time. And the first time I heard that, it was like, why do you even call gravity space-time? I don't think that is going to be the case anymore. I think that is going to change and being replaced by my theory that I just mentioned, S plus F, which is the speed, space, speed plus flow, or space, speed and flow, which is the explanation of how gravity works. So yeah, those subatomic particles, scientists call it dark matter, and I think, yeah, that's just what they are. They are what they existed before the matter came to existence. But also I might have an explanation of dark energy, which is I should probably put it in a different video or some other time. That, let's imagine it's a swimming pool. You have like 10 or 5 spheres that are attached to a pump that sucks out water. But in the common sense, all these spheres should get closer to each other, because each of them is sucking this water in, so they should get closer to each other. But they are getting farther apart from each other. So what can be the explanation? It can be that the water is flowing from outside at a higher rate than it is getting pumped out. It can flow inside that pool at a higher speed, at a higher volume than it is getting consumed. So that will cause all these spheres to get further apart from each other. plus the original theory that it was a big bang and it was like an explosion, and it gave them like acceleration and movement, so they might still be following that motion, the original motion. But other than that, the other explanation would be that this dark matter is flowing into this at a higher speed, higher volume than it is getting consumed or getting canceled by matter. So that can be the explanation of that. So I am my name is Alan. I am a U.S. citizen. I live in the U.S. and I like to make new friends in science and everything. I like to get jobs that are related to science. I have been doing non-science jobs for a long time, all my life, and maybe it's time to quit that and get into some kind of science related. So I'm open to job offers, like science job offers or university programs and stuff. So my Instagram account is Alan_in_USA. So Alan in USA, ALAN_IN_USA. That's my Instagram page, and my email is yeah, I guess we don't need email. Just you can direct message me on the Instagram using that ID that I just gave you. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good day.